Hi guys, this is going to be a Citadel Day More world record speedrun reaction like you have never seen it before. So below me is Smart Guy's run, and to the side of me here is Scrappy's run, and we're going to watch them in sync. So I'm going to start these at the exact same time. There we go. So their games are literally in unison right now. 3 seconds on both, 4 seconds on both, 5 seconds on both. And we're going to be able to watch both of them go for the world record as if they were literally racing side by side at an event like ZWC or something like that. So I wanted to do this for a few reasons. Number one, I think that both of these players have quite different strats. Like, Smart Guy is doing the rat Easter egg right now. Scrappy has already bought the GS45s. Like, there's going to be a lot of variation in how they approach this. And number two, this means that it's no longer a two-horse race, right? We've seen Kingman and we've seen Freckleston smashing out really impressive times on these speedruns, but we haven't really seen other people step into the picture, or at least not sort of formally just yet. But this is now an opportunity for both Smart Guy and Scrappy to enter the conversation in a way that I think is going to be so fun to watch. So Smart Guy's already leaving the spawn, right? And presumably he's going to grab his rod here, and then he's also going to get the next rat, maybe, or he's only going to do the spawn rats. Meanwhile, Scrappy is now leaving and doing the exact same thing, diving to get his points, getting his rod, and presumably about to get his horseshoe as well. So that kind of comparison, I think, is going to be so interesting. Also, quite interesting, they both got their drops at pretty much the same time. That's going to be based on the fact that they're getting their kills in pretty much tandem, right? Like, I don't know. I think this is really cool, and I think this is going to be a cook. So the nice thing about this too is that Smart Guy has his times on screen for his previous splits. And so we're going to be able to see how he's doing there, and then we're going to be able to sort of theory craft about how his splits line up with Scrappy's splits. It seems like overall he's a little bit more focused on getting that wheel turned sooner than Scrappy is. It seems like Scrappy is maybe going to be doing that towards the end of Parasite round here, whereas Smart Guy is already cranking that wheel. Yeah, Scrappy's getting to the end of that round so that he's turning it during a round change, which is really smart. I really like that. I'm not sure if Smart Guy already did that, but yeah, he's getting bludgeoned by a zombie now. He wants the zombies to be starting to spawn in because the zombie spawns are pretty slow. He's also green rarity already, whereas Smart Guy is holding on to his salvage and he's on his regular gray rarity just for the time being. He actually doesn't have 500 salvage yet, so maybe he would have gone to next rarity if he had a couple more salvage drops. Maybe. Like, dude, I don't know. Maybe I'm just like a massive nerd, but I'm geeking out over the fact that we can see both of their runs happening. Like, I think this is such a fun way to do it, and I've wanted to do this for a while. This is crazy. The fact they're in such sync right now, getting into this room and checking their pages, like, that is insane how synchronized they are. But I've been wanting to do this for a while with a team doing a 4-player or like even just a 2-player run of a map and being able to see both perspectives. I've thought that would be a really, really cool kind of angle to take for a long time now. But this is even better because they're competing against each other here. So it's not just seeing one match, but like they've both opened those doors. They're both entering water room exact same time. He's actually changing field upgrade. Interesting. They're both getting their free, like, it's so cool to see. So Scrappy's taking slightly longer to open Pack-a-Punch here. Looks like he's making the most of his double points, but Scrappy also did just get double points on the bonus points, which is pretty big. So he's now got 8.5k. Smart Guy's only got 2k points. But granted, he has Pack-a-Punch, so he was at 7, right? He's also got a crystal. Oh. Smart Guy got a crystal already. Interesting. And then Scrappy's just changed his field upgrade. That's so interesting. Okay. So Smart Guy got really lucky with crystal there, but I guess he'd already Pack-a-Punched, so it didn't give him the saving, I suppose. So why is he doing the Easter egg? Is he just doing it for the free points then? Maybe he should Pack-a-Punch slightly later. But then again, if he was to Pack-a-Punch later, it would mean that he'd take a little bit longer taking out all the zombies that are in that room. So maybe that's not worth the time saving. But they're both heading the same way now. But Smart Guy is in the lead. As things stand right now, Smart Guy is ahead. Just like by maybe a fraction of like 10 seconds, something like that. Just a teeny tiny little fraction. Scrappy's really just trying to slay out as much as he can. And Smart Guy's getting his light puzzle started, whereas Scrappy's going for Raven part now, and now he's starting light puzzle. So they're like 5 seconds apart right now. Wow, okay. So going down into water, getting Pack-a-Punch open, and then doing light puzzle straight away. And they both do light puzzle with the beams as well. And, oh, interesting. So Scrappy actually saved some time there. Smart Guy's finished the puzzle, but now he's needing to kill some zombies. Whereas, there you go. So, yeah, whereas with Smart Guy, he needed to kill zombies a little bit more because he hadn't originally killed a bunch of those off like Scrappy had done before he started Light Puzzle. So that's an interesting little trade. Smart Guy does have insta-kill during this. So that's going to mean that he's going to probably get through this really fast. He is grabbing the nuke as well, which is interesting. Very interesting. They've both got their swords now. Again, Scrappy's slightly ahead at this point. And Scrappy is doing a trap already, which is interesting. I don't think that's what Smart Guy's about to do. It looks like he's kind of thinking about doing something else. Or he's maybe he's losing a little bit of time here, honestly, because he's kind of hanging around during Vermin. He's on round 12 as well. Scrappy's still on 11. He's got his trap done. There's a nuke hit there as well. So it's interesting that both players got nukes at pretty similar times on round 11. There we go. So Scrappy's got a ghast to take down here. So his round 12 is not bugs, whereas Smart Guy's was bugs. So that's kind of changed things up a little bit for him. But they're both going to Melee Macchiato right now. There you go. They've both got the exact same perks. And Smart Guy is... Oh, okay. So again, maybe lost just a couple seconds there because he started going one way, but now has realized that he's got to go do the shock charge, which was, again, like 3 or 4 seconds behind Scrappy. This is so fun. This is so fun. So he's trying to do his bugs now on the bug round. Okay, smart. I like the fact that he's doing that during bugs, so he's not got a lot of other stuff to deal with. Who's going to get in there first? And he was checking trap as well to see if he could do that trap then and there. Looks like Scrappy is ready to go into the room. And so is Smart Guy. Like 2 seconds apart, dude. Oh my god. Okay. So they've both got sword placed. There's not really a lot that's going to change between these two while they're in the room, right? Presumably. Other than if one of them got the code wrong. I mean, Smart Guy's just maybe lost like a second there compared to Scrappy because he entered room slightly late as well. He's just waiting for it to be pick upable. There we go. Smart Guy's also playing in Japanese. So he is, yeah, he checked his trap and he got the trap that he needed next to the thing here. Already done. Nice. So they're pretty aligned with trap progress here too. I wouldn't say that one of them is like crazy ahead of the other one there. Smart Guy also getting the double points, which is going to be pretty big because he's on 11k right now. Granted, he is a round ahead. Scrappy's getting his next trap done already. But yeah, having points to be able to pack a punch, well, at least it used to be a big deal. Smart Guy also there getting his Molotov thrown. But yeah, getting pack a punch points was a big deal previously before the sword nerf, but now, I don't know, man. Honestly, I don't know. I feel like that's less of a big deal. Is he going to do... Yeah, so he's grabbing the speed boost, and he is... Let's see, is he going to deposit it here, or is he just using it for the boost? He is going to deposit that. Okay. Meanwhile, Scrappy is completely working on other stuff in Sword Room. I think he's already changed his sword over. And Smart Guy's doing the same thing. I believe they're both working on Stag now. So Smart Guy's going down to the room to get the lightning rod. So it's going to spawn in any second. He's going to get that zombie while he's also getting quick revive. And he's doing trap at the same time. Oh, it looks like Scrappy's actually doing Raven next. So I'm assuming he's going to grab quick at the same time as well. So Smart Guy's getting his perks slightly sooner, potentially because of the fact that he was slightly ahead in the round. Scrappy's now starting his trap. Okay, so maybe Smart Guy made up a little bit of time there. Maybe he made up a little bit of time. I think Scrappy is still potentially one ahead on trap, but yeah, they're both going into Raven the exact same time. Bro, wow, they are neck and neck right now. Truly neck and neck. They've just done Raven, each of them. Smart Guy's starting his puzzle. Scrappy's starting his puzzle now too. Both of them are going to pick that part up later. Scrappy with the insta-completion on wheel. That saved him like a second compared to... Smart Guy took a little bit longer to get that done. So yeah, Scrappy was very quick. I feel like Smart Guy maybe hadn't thought about which one he needed until he got to the wheel. Whereas it looked like Scrappy had just memorized the button combo that you need to press for that part. That's what that looked like visually, at least. But still, it's not huge time saving by any means. Interestingly, Smart Guy is getting Rampage Juicer off here, and while he's waiting for the thing to go upstairs, he's also grabbing that part. That's really smart. I like that. Yeah, making use of the time where you're waiting for those balls to spawn in makes a lot of sense because they do spawn really slow. But it just does mean that he's going to drag some of those balls out of the room, right? So was that his third one? Oh, no, he needs one more. Okay. And Scrappy's got an unlucky drag there as well because he was waiting for the thing to come upstairs and it hit him. So he's lost some balls that he could have used just then. Smart Guy's trying to drag those balls up as well. I think they're pretty neck and neck here. Let's see. Scrappy needs one more ball. Smart Guy needs how many more balls? I think it's just one more ball. That's his last one. So they are in perfect unison once again. And now Scrappy's going outside. So while Scrappy was waiting for his ball to go down to the very bottom and Ravensword to spit out of the thing, he's doing the puzzle. Whereas with Smart Guy, he did part of that puzzle during, and then he's running outside again, and then he's going to do the fire puzzle. So same kind of strat. It's just that Smart Guy did a little bit of it during, and meant that maybe he was very slightly slower, but like it's fractionally slower. And there you go. Scrappy's also buying more mollies there. Looks like Smart Guy's probably about to do a similar thing. He's grabbing Stag. Okay. And there's Scrappy firing his next Molotov out. So he's going to get zombies spawning. And yeah, Smart Guy's doing the same thing. He's got a little spawn for that. That's a nice little jump shot sort of position that he's got there. But yeah, they're both doing this at the same time as them doing the lightning rod step, killing those extra zombies, which is smart because then while they're waiting for the lightning rod to get charged, or for the sword to get charged so they can hit the lightning rods rather, they can kill the doppelgast, which they have to do anyway, right? So that's a smart use of time on both fronts. I'm really curious. Oh, Smart Guy's in a bit of a sketchy spot there. Okay, the sword is still doing wonders for him. Melee Macchiato with Espresso it's a big deal, man. It's a really big deal. So that's Scrappy's next one. I believe he needs one more charge. And yeah, I still don't know of any way to make this happen more consistently fast. I think it's just a sort of a waiting game. There you go. Smart Guy's got his next one. Scrappy should get his any second now on his screen. He's got his map pulled up weirdly. I don't know why he's... Okay, well, Scrappy's done. Smart Guy's about to kill his Ghast, and he should get his charge any second here as well. He doesn't really want to get that nuke, I don't think, until he gets his charge, most likely. There you go. There's his. So, yeah, Scrappy is definitely ahead right now by a good, 10 seconds or so. Smart Guy's waiting to grab his sword. He's got it. And that hot foot is lovely as well. Now, interestingly, Scrappy didn't pick the sword up straight away. And okay, maybe not. I lied. I feel like maybe Smart Guy is very, very just fractions of a second ahead. Because he took the jump faster. He's also going over here to this trap faster. He's working on his next fire thing faster. He's putting that down as well. Scrappy's grabbed his horseshoe. He's putting that down. So right now, Smart Guy's 5 seconds ahead. He's placing. Smart Guy's working on his beam. He's opening the box. Scrappy's still got to work on that. Still got to get some kills over there. There you go. He's opened it up. Yeah, 5 seconds in it. So now Smart Guy's grabbing his Ravensword. So the reason that they were going down before was just to start the Ravensword animation, but it still has to go down into the thing and then come up again. So that's why they're doing that during the lightning incantation box step. Interestingly, Scrappy has bought Deadshot. Smart Guy has not bought Deadshot. So that's one of our first really meaningful differences here. They're both putting Fire Sword in at pretty much the exact same time. But yeah, Scrappy for the rest of this run is going to have Deadshot, where Smart Guy's going to have to pick that up at some point. And Smart's working on his final trap. And I don't think Scrappy's on final trap just yet, because he's focusing on getting his fire ank done now. So that's interesting that we've got a little bit of sort of deviation there. And Smart's now working downstairs. Scrappy's finished fire trap. So Scrappy's still got to do downstairs trap. Sorry, downstairs incantation box, I should say. He's got a nice little max there as well. Smart's done now on his downstairs trap. He's grabbed his light incantation. And also Scrappy's advanced on the round here as well. Scrappy's on 16, Smart's on 15. So he's leapfrogged him, interestingly. He's going to start getting that challenge done now. Meanwhile, I was going to say, is Smart Guy going to go end up getting Deadshot? But doesn't look like it. So now Smart Guy's going to work on his Ank. Presumably, he's going to place that down. Yep. Smart Guy's getting that done. And Scrappy's doing his final trap. So they both did those sort of in sync with one another, but just in a different order. There's a very slightly different order between the two of them, which I don't know if it's saved time for any one of them. Like, they both look like they're pretty neck and neck still. Smart Guy, I think, again, is still just a couple of seconds ahead here, potentially. It looks like he's changing field upgrade again here to Ether Shroud. I don't believe Scrappy has got... Well, he's got no charges on his Frenzy, so I don't know what he'd be saving it for. So he might have just forgotten to switch over at this point. But he's doing his swords, so is Smart Guy. There you go. Smart Guy's doing his fire now. So Scrappy's got 2 left. I believe Smart Guy only has 1 left. So yeah, there's really not a lot in it. And there you go. That's his 4th one. So let's do a little split of the orbs. So for when Smart Guy picks up the orb, he's getting Vulture Aid. Okay. Now, he's changing field upgrade 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'd say there's about 7 seconds difference between the two of them right now. Smart Guy's already working on his orbs. Scrappy's only just placed his down. And yeah, the difference between the Vulture Aid versus the Dead Shot is really interesting to me. Like, what is it about Vulture Aid that is going to make Matt faster here compared to Scrappy? I don't really know. He's got a good amount of points. He's got 5k points. To be fair, Scrappy has 15k. Scrappy is also a round ahead, though. So... is it Pack-a-Punch level? Maybe it's Pack-a-Punch level on the GPMG, if that's the thing that they're going to buy, and they're going to hope for gold rarity off the wall, potentially. But let's see who finishes this challenge first. Because, okay, Matt's actually just finished. Scrappy's still got maybe like 5 seconds left to go. Although his might have... No, he's still got time on it. No, they both got time still. Okay, never mind, I lied. I thought that Matt had finished. Now he's finished, okay. Let's see how many more Scrappy has to go. Because if he's going to catch up here... it needs to be these little incremental moments on these challenges. Is he done? I think he's done. Okay, cool. So that wasn't too bad. I think that Matt is going to have, again, about 5 seconds of headroom here. Both of them have their blue armor now. There you go. Scrappy started, and he's got a little bit of fire in the air there, which is not related to the Easter egg or anything. That's just a visual bug that happens with the Molotovs. Matt's got some good... flames going out, and Matt also does have Molotovs, but he didn't need to even use his last one there. Scrappy is finished. So Scrappy saved a lot of time just then, because Matt started pretty significantly earlier, and Scrappy and him are both now starting this challenge within about 2 seconds of each other. So Matt could have had slightly quicker bulls. It looks like Scrappy's also doing the free insta-kill here, because Deadwire takes a second to kill the zombies. That's a very smart move. And doing the SAM trial is going to mean that he's got more zombie spawns. I love it. I love it. That is so smart. So Scrappy's now already finished lightning, and Matt is still only just picking up his dark incantation and finishing lightning now. So huge. Okay. Very, very huge. They've both picked up at pretty much the same time. But yeah, I really like Scrappy's thought process there. They're both taking portal. Man, it's so neck and neck right now. Also, the time in the portal, if you're on PC, I believe it's shorter. So depending on what platform you're on, if you've got a faster PC, like if you're on an SSD, you could actually save some speedrun time there. But they're both going to do dark, it looks like. Smart's ignoring his SAM trial reward. There you go, dark puzzle placed. And it looks like Smart is on a bug round here, which is not going to be ideal on 17 for dark incantation. But we'll see. It might be fine. He might be able to get enough spawns. It's just going to be slightly slower, I think, compared to Scrappy. So I'm anticipating, yeah, Scrappy's done. I'm anticipating Smart's going to take another 5 seconds or so. I reckon he's going to need another incantation out. He should just use that. Okay, not a lot, but Scrappy's definitely overtaken. He's already upstairs in sitting room, whereas Smart Guy's just heading into sitting room now. And it looks like he's trying to get a couple of extra kills here. Is it just because he's waiting for... Yeah, I think he's just waiting for the wall to open up. So Scrappy's already grabbed his canister. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Smart's grabbed his now. So there's like 10 seconds in it now. And it looks like Smart is going same way as Scrappy. And is he going to buy his tier 3 armor? Yes, he is. Okay, so they're both doing tier 3. They're both using sewer to get there. I'm noticing also, you know what I think could make this run faster? I think if Smart was running around with his sallies out, I feel like you run faster with sallies than you do with sword. I could be wrong about that. That could just be me yapping. But in my experience, the sword just feels slower than sallies do. But I could be completely wrong about that. Let's see. He's got himself a max ammo for his sword. He's got himself speed cola. So has Scrappy. And any second now, is Smart going to make it to the table in time? Any second, he's going to get teleported. Scrappy's teleporting, so that's his split. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's about 10 seconds in advance. Scrappy's placing sentry instantaneously here. He's using his Ether Shroud, going for the knees on the boss. Is Smart going to do the same thing? He doesn't have a sentry. Okay, interesting. So Scrappy's getting a little bit of extra DPS from the sentry here. Maybe Smart forgot to do that. I'm not 100% sure. They're both working on ankles. So it's going to be ankles first. Scrappy's also just eating the boss's stomps here by using the healing incantation. Smart's still in his Ether Shroud, but he's now probably going to do the same thing and try and break that second knee. And he's going to use his healing incantation any second. There you go. And he's just going to keep on tanking that boss leg. Meanwhile, Scrappy is already at the next phase. So in terms of cleanliness of fight, I think that Scrappy's had a very slightly cleaner first phase here. So despite the fact that Smart Guy was in the lead for much of this, even just by a handful of seconds, I think that there's a little bit of time saving that he could do in the very final little instance here. And maybe, honestly, the sentry gun is making the difference. I could see that being the case. Because Smart doesn't have that extra DPS on the boss. And granted, it's not a lot of DPS, but damage is damage, right? If it even saves you a couple of swipes, that could be 5 seconds of time. So Smart's waiting for his light incantation, I guess, to come back up here, or he's got it, so he's good. I guess that's part of the good thing about having Vulture Aid is it's going to mean that you get carry-in luggage, so you get a lot more light incantation drops. That is going to be something that's beneficial. But I feel like having Deadshot may make more of a difference because you're going to do an extra 10% crit damage, which Smart is not going to have right now, where Scrappy is. Don't know if that affects the swords or not, but we could, I guess, compare their sword damage here. Let's maybe try and take a look at it. Scrappy, when he attacks we're going to have to wait for the boss to go out of its waiting phase. I'm also very curious what the sort of time difference is going to be between those two. That boss waiting phase is a long phase, man. And Scrappy's just used a C4 that I guess he placed earlier. Was that to get full power? Oh my god. That's why he didn't have mollies. He gave himself a full power. Wait, did he do that to get an extra Ether Shroud charge? Was that the big brain that I just saw there? Wait, did Smart do that too? I don't think I even noticed both of them do that. If they both did it. I don't know, bro. Still, 5,071, 5,071. Okay, so Deadshot is not increasing your boss crit damage. Although this isn't a crit at this point. This is just the leg. So maybe when you're hitting the red knee, maybe you do more damage, and so that's just going to be accidental extra damage, but hard to tell because I'm not seeing him hit that leg here, or there was a number there, but I just couldn't quite see it. Okay, it's 3105, but Scrappy's already done both of those legs as well. So yeah, that's another interesting change. The Scrappy was focusing on the other leg, whereas Smart was really going for his second orange leg there. Scrappy got those done much earlier. Smart's now going to start working on the wrists, I assume. Or is he still just... Yeah, no, he's still just going for those legs. Okay, and Scrappy's broken. Huge. And Smart's broken? Is that? No, Smart's not quite there yet. So again, Scrappy is slightly faster on his boss completion here. And we're seeing that lead start to actually really increase, specifically on the boss damage here. There you go. Boss is now into the waiting phase. Smart's probably about 10 seconds behind. So if he's going to catch up, he's going to have to pull out some crazy strats for final phase of the fight. He doesn't have his Ether Shroud right now either. Granted, nor does Scrappy. But I presume that both of them are going to really focus on getting as many kills as possible and standing... Oh, you know what they're doing? They're standing in their Vulture Aid to get their field upgrade back. Because they've got the one, the augment on. That means that when you stand in the gas, it gives you field upgrade. And you can tell because when they're, well, Smart's not really standing in that gas right now, interestingly. I wonder why he's not really prioritizing that. Because if he was standing in that gas, he'd be getting more field upgrade charge. Scrappy's got a full Ether Shroud. And granted, Scrappy is now also not standing in it, but I would have thought that that would be a good idea, because it's not going to mean the zombies run away from you, right? Or maybe it does. Maybe it does both. I thought that it didn't. I thought it only upgraded your field upgrade, but maybe it does both. So Scrappy's already on boss damage here. He's just going for those knees. He doesn't care about anything else. He's just trying to break the boss's kneecaps as fast as he can. Smart's boss phase, for the damage phase, sorry, is probably going to start any second. Scrappy now is breaking next wrist. So boss is angry. There we go. He's using his lifesteal here. Smart's back onto boss DPS now. He's working on it as fast as he can. And Scrappy's getting launched into the air, and he's using the launch to attack the wrists. Meanwhile, Smart's still just wailing away on those ankles. There you go. Looks like he accidentally just broke a wrist, just sort of incidentally. But Scrappy's about to be finished. Damn, it is so close, bro. It's insane how close they are. Scrappy's just about to be, like, if Scrappy got an awkward moment where he got downed or something here, that would be the difference maker. It would be tiny, minute little differences. And Scrappy's now picking up armor. I don't know why he was doing that. I'm not sure why he was shooting the ground. And Smart is just about to be done as well. So Smart's final time, Scrappy's final time, sorry, is going to be when cutscene begins. That's the kind of rule, or the portal begins here. So that's 26:13 for Scrappy. Congrats, Scrappy. Smart's also just finished the boss with an insane run, and his final time is going to be in just a moment here, because again, it needs to be when cutscene begins, and he needs to grab amulet for that, so he's waiting for it to drift down. Or his amulet's actually stuck in the air. Fair enough. Okay, so Smart Guy had the bug where the amulet just stays in the sky, so that's not his fault at all. So 26:29 versus 26:13. I mean, this was so much fun. This was so much fun to watch both of their perspectives. Congratulations, Scrappy, and congratulations, Smart Guy. Both of you guys killed it with this run. It was so much fun watching you compete. I really hope and pray I can do a video like this again in the future, because what a unique way to be able to watch a pair of speedrunners, right? Like, to be able to see them so neck and neck. Like, I've never seen it be this close before. Like, insanely close. And going back and forth and different people being first. Like, just marvelous. So, thank you guys for watching. Drop a like if you enjoyed the video. And if you want me to do more in this sort of format and style in the future, I think this could be really fun. And I just am happy that Citadelle's still getting some speedrunning love after the patch. So, I'll see you guys next time. Bye for now.